Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting. We'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. TheRockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
A very pleasant good evening, and to our folks across the ocean, Ohio, and welcome to Curling Zone for the Aly Jenkins Memorial Mixed Doubles from the Martensville Curling Club in Saskatchewan. We have this matchup here between Melissa Remeshylo and Dylan Derksen. They're throwing the Redstones. They're out of Martensville, and they are taking on Chiaki Matsumura and Yasumasa Tanida from Nagano and Hokkaido in Japan. I'm Dave Schmel. I'm joined by Jim Nix. Connor Sims is on the production. And Jim, I know it's your first draw with us so far today, but we've seen some great things thus far.
Yeah, I bet you have. I did have a look at a little bit of the scores, a few of the scores and stuff, and it seems like a lot of close games and a lot of good teams here, as you told me earlier. It's you got a whole lot of the top teams in the world, so that always makes for good curling. This team from Japan, for example, number 7 in the world, but did lose their first game, Dave. So they got a little work to do.
Yes, they did lose their first game against Nancy Martin and Steve Laycock.
I've seen a lot of these players over the year, but most of the time on men's or women's teams, so it's a little bit interesting to see them playing mixed doubles. And yeah, it's going to be a good event, I think. Martensville is always a fun place to be, and good ice conditions, and that's what you need for this game for sure.
See, that one did not clear the guard. Chaps it open there, just a touch. It is Matsumura and Tanida with the hammer here in the first end, throw in the yellows.
Yeah, it's an interesting game, mixed double. Obviously, if you haven't had an opportunity to watch it much, or if you haven't played it at all, then it's very different than the 8-rock game and the 4-person game, and a lot more rocks in play mostly because of the rules that they imply here. And yeah, it can be a lot of fun. A lot of fun to watch. The game goes pretty fast, and before you know it, you're half done. So it's a good game. I actually didn't know if I'd like it when they started it, but I kind of enjoy it now.
Have you played much of it?
I played 0 of it. Our club is we really don't have anybody that seems to want to play it. We're pretty much an older membership, and it's not necessary, including myself, but we're not really a sport for that generation mostly. So we don't have a lot of young people, and as a result, we haven't got a lot of people playing this game. We'll have a few times guys will pick up and go play games, but I've never played one at all myself yet.
Well, we have a pretty thriving mixed doubles league at our club, and I know a lot of clubs down here in the States have it going pretty well. A good number of events, even on the club level, to take part in.
Question on that, Dave. Are you, because this is one thing I don't know, like we talked when they brought this game out, it was sort of one of the selling points of the game was that, if you didn't have enough players for 4-person teams, then this gives an opportunity to a lot of people that wouldn't be playing otherwise. And do you see that at a club like yourself?
Not so much at the club level, but it really comes into the international level, because instead of needing 2 full squads of 4 and two coaches and maybe an alternate for each team. 12 people have a critical mass for a competitive 4-person program. Now, to have a international program, you really only need 3 people. The 2 players and the coach.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's really what's changed the game. I mean, you take a look, just taking a look at the world curling rankings, the second, number 2 ranked team is Estonia. And if you had said that Estonia would be the number 2 ranked in the world in a curling discipline 10 years ago, I don't think you would have said that, Jim.
No, I don't. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have said that. No, it's and I would I could have lost a lot of money betting on that against that actually at that time. So, yeah, it is interesting. I remember Hungary back a few years ago was the top team in the world, and yeah, it's very interesting for sure how that happens. I don't even know where all those people find a place to play and practice. So,
And
power to them.
right, and actually, of course, you can represent your country even if you're not living there, and just not too far. Here in the Mid-Atlantic area in the United States, the Puerto Rican Curling Federation's been put together. So has the Ukrainian Curling Federation, and Ukraine only competed at mixed doubles originally.
Yeah, yeah.
And I may be mistaken. Somebody might. Well, you know what? I'm probably mistaken, so I'm not going to let myself be corrected.
Okay.
But I know for sure the Ukrainian Federation started solely as mixed doubles. My good friend Dean Roth was involved in getting them lined up with the WCF and everything.
Yeah.
So we have a bit of an end here. Look at here with yellow having the hammer. They're sitting shot right now, but
Yeah.
second.
Yeah. I think that I don't know if he'd be prepared to do this. I think Derksen could throw a fairly heavyweight take on that top yellow and get rid of most of the yellows. You're going to also lose at least one of your reds, but you could do that if you can get to 3/4 of that stone. But I'm not sure if he can. So I'm not sure what they decided on actually either. So, but they're in some trouble for sure. Some kind of run back, obviously, on one of the 2 in front.
Firing away with this one is Dylan. It's going to go over the top of everything and just be a peel of the guard. Don't think you helped yourself too much there.
No, I don't think so either. Interesting call here for Tanida. Tempting to try to figure out how to get rid of that red and sit 3 or 4 here. Okay.
So we're going to see how they decide to figure this one out here.
I think as long as the red one hits that yellow thin enough, worst case scenario, he should probably sit 3 when this is done. I can't see how he's not going to lose at least 1 yellow, but he could sit 3, I think, at the end of it. He doesn't get very much ice, so I assume he's throwing, fairly good weight.
So here's Tanida. Trying to hold that line right there. It's going to catch that top one. The red one shoots out the side door, losing the back one. But you're right, you're sitting 3 at this moment. Now, it's not what you make, it's what you leave. So what do they leave, Jim?
Well, certainly left a double on the yellows, a couple of different doubles. And I don't think the yellow on the center line at the top of the hat will jam on the outside red. So if it wouldn't, that's probably the easier double for her to make. And that would probably be what I go and take my chances. I'm going to sit right there if I make the double, so it's going to be a difficult 2. Right now, I think you're just hoping to escape this end by no worse than 2. He hasn't had much going here this end. He just couldn't quite get it to work out, get the angles to change and all that for them. Her intern, I assume they're going for the 2 doubles that are the 2 rocks that are on the center line.
So Remeshylo. Derksen trying to walk it over just a touch. Only gonna kill 1. And you're leaving your opponent sitting 2 and 3, so should just be a nose hit for 3, buddy.
Yeah, a little unfortunate, but I'm assuming, Dave, that they were trying to get to the nose, more or less the nose of the one on the center line. That would have probably worked out better. And they just hit the wrong, which make the other double. They hit the wrong rock first, really. They had to hit that rock on the center line first. So a chance for a big 3 for our Japanese friends.
So Chiaki Matsumura settles into the hack. Final stone of the first 10. Just needs the nose hit to secure the 3. She hopped up to chase this one really quick, trying to hold the line. Looks like it's pretty good. Grazes the one in the back, but who cares? That's 1, 2, and 3. Matsumura and Tanida jump out to the early lead. Melissa and Dylan will have the hammer when we come back from Martensville after this. You're watching Curling Stadium.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbach coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock.
20 yet, no. Hi, and welcome back to Martensville. A big 3 ended there for Matsumura and Tanida. Thank you so much for joining us here on Curling Stadium. Jim Nix on the commentary with me. I'm Dave Schmel, and Connor Sims making all the magic happening. And everybody watching us from across the sea, we see you there. I know it's very early, so Ohio and arigato gozaimasu for watching. We appreciate it very much.
Yeah, big 3 to start the game for Matsumura and Tanida. Even in this game, we know that they can score a lot of points in this game, but 3's a pretty nice start. Pretty much controlled that end, Dave. I think they had the Remeshylo and Derksen did have a chance to get out of that with just a 2, but not the easiest double at the end of the day. They got caught in between them and only got rid of 1. So nice final shot, and all of a sudden 3's on the board.
You see that first roll didn't get all the way down to the pre-play stone. Kind of chapped it back a little bit. So now we're going to see what you see all the time in mixed doubles, the opposing corner freezes.
Yeah, and just if any of the viewers don't know that those first, 4 rocks or 5 rocks?
First, you can't remove anything till there are 5 rocks in play.
Okay, so after
So the
3
fourth,
strong rocks.
the fourth delivered rock can make a hit.
Right.
But I prefer to just count the total numbers on the sheet.
Sure. Yeah, it makes sense. You can see them usually, so that's good. Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. Is that they just you're actually, unlike the regular game, you are not able to remove anything, no matter where it is. So move it around, but you can't move it out of play.
Which makes it really interesting if and when we come to the power play.
Yeah.
And then now usually you see that's the first pre-play stone. That's the team without hammer gets that center guard that's in around the 2 position. If you were to divide the guard area into 3 spots, a little deeper than that.
Yeah.
Give you a little more background on that. And then this team with the hammer has one that's placed on the back 4, which is a bit of a change because that initially when this game was designed, it was on the back of the button. But teams got so good at that first come around that it pretty much killed every end instantly. So they made a little adjustment to the game. I think it was for the better.
Yeah, I think so too. Actually, it didn't seem like anything of an adjustment at first, but then, like you just said, actually explained it very well. Yeah, that first draw just kind of would take everything away almost. So here you can see where they were able to come in, and then the opposition was able to come right on top, and it's only one shot. It changes around. Red looked like they were sort of in a good control position in this game, in this end, and then they make one shot. The yellow makes one shot, and all of a sudden now I would take their position over the red. So yeah, it's an interesting game.
And the depth of the guard is also something that can be changed. There's really 9 official positions for them, 2 on either side, 3 on either side for the power line and power play, and 3 on the center line for those pre-place guards. And you can place a stone at the front of that position or the back of it. Now that's determined by the Bonspiel committee, usually or the officials in conjunction with the ice crew, based on how the ice is performing.
Okay.
The goal is, Jim, to make that first draw a skill shot, but not impossible.
Yeah.
So I would say a shot that they aim. There's no actual number on it, but they kind of aim that a skilled player can make that 60 to 80% of the time.
Yeah, and a really good indication here. It would seem like they have that guard in just about the right spot, because they came in and, with almost bury the rock behind that guard, and they could if they came a little lighter and worked it a little bit. So I would think that guard in this case would be just about exactly where it should be.
Right, and this is a little tighter than we see at many spiels, and that's probably in conjunction with James Gordon, the club manager and chief ice maker. You're just trying to make that decision, and based on how the ice is performing.
Yeah. That's interesting. See, I didn't even know that either. So by the end of the year, I'm going to have this mixed doubles game down pretty good, except for playing it.
I even got drug out in the ice for a mixed doubles Bonspiel last year.
Yeah, there you go.
And we made a little bit of noise before we were dispatched to the lounge.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens inevitably, it seems.
Yeah. I play mixed doubles, but I don't necessarily call myself an expert by any means. And that's another thing. Playing this game really can bring up your skill set as a curler as you watch them still deliberate this, but it can really bring up your skill set in terms of getting the draw and getting those soft weights and those little taps figured out, because ultimately that translates tremendously to the 4-player game.
Yeah. Well, we hear it quite often now when you're watching events, national and international events. and the announcers there quite often are frequently talking about, how so-and-so is playing a lot of mixed doubles, which is, just done nothing but help their game at the 4-player level. So, yeah.
And you're selling it short. This is an international event, Jim.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
We have 6 of the 8 top 18 teams in the world here. Numbers 1, 4, 7, 12, 14, and 18 are amongst the field here of only 18 teams.
Yeah, pretty impressive. I assume there must be. Usually they try to do more than one spiel in a row, so I assume there's a couple of mixed double spiels that some of these teams will be able to participate in over the next couple weeks or the previous week and this week, whatever. It's a long way to come for one game, for one bond spiel. So,
well, some of these teams will have to qualify for their nations at the last chance in Kelowna.
Oh, right, yes. Yeah. So, interesting situation here for both teams, but I'm not even sure. I think the red must be shot rock.
Yeah, they are shot, and this is one where you could just guard it the rest of the day here if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
And I think yellow is quite happy with this being the scenario. There's no way that red's scoring multiple right now.
No.
You could press the issue and try to get a steal, and I think they are going to try to come around there. You see the berm in the middle of the 8 and give just maybe back 4 weight.
Yeah, I think there is a possibility of getting shot rock here with just a very, very light touch on the yellow. 2 rocks to move, but doesn't have to move very far, and I think you can actually move the red far enough to be shot rock here. Just got to be real careful you don't set up an easier opportunity for the red for Remeshylo and Derksen to get 2 or even score if you move one close.
So Tanida's trying to keep this one moving. It's going to just be a straight guard, and that is perfectly fine.
Yeah. This is almost a throwaway, I think. We got 3 rocks to come yet. 2 for. So we're probably not throwing it away yet, but man, it does not look pretty to try to score a second point for the red team.
No, it does. It does not really. The only possible thing is I don't know if you could run that red guard that's above the U in Churchill, but
yeah,
you're going to lose your shot stone's going to go onto the back one then.
Yeah.
You're going to give up being shot.
Yeah, and maybe in a big way. Possibly you could end up with yellow sitting more than 1 even.
If you want to be sneaky, you throw a draw to the 12-foot on the right side as we're looking at the long shot.
Yeah.
And leave yourself something to throw a crosshouse on with your last.
Yeah. Definitely a possibility. If you put it in the right spot, it might be very difficult for the opposition to use as well, but I don't know. This is really tough. Like I say, if it was 1 rock to come, I'd just be throwing it away, but with 2, it doesn't seem like that's the right thing to do. But
I mean, I think the shot I'd make the case for right now would be to raise the guard above the Churchill and just to tap freeze it.
Yeah.
And then see maybe if the angles look better. If you can, but asking somebody to make a 10-foot tap corner freeze, that's tough.
Yeah, it's mean.
It is mean.
Yeah.
I think that's why Jason said he must be a skip.
Yeah. This one's going to go over Cripple, I think, unless they're playing a different shot.
Well, they may just be guarding that yellow run, because that is a danger for them. So they're going to guard the guard, which I think is quite sensible. Just talking about being mean, if they want to be mean, they run that yellow in. If they could ever get to it, your red goes flying, and you're going to be throwing your last against probably 3.
Yeah, this is kind of a perfect description of where you don't want to be when you have a hammer in an end. When you're throwing a guard on the opposition's raised hit with your second last rock at the end. So anyway, this will be interesting what they play. They could run the red back without probably not taking a lot of risks the way it's set up in there. I don't know that anything really would go really badly for them, but it might. So they might not decide to do that. Right now, guarding against anything more than the one is probably the right shot.
I think might just guard that other guard.
Yeah. Guard the guard. We're playing guard the guards here in the second end.
Yeah, there you go. And that's what the ice is for.
Yeah.
You're going to play across the center just the same way. Just flip it.
Yeah, this is one of those ends that I always figure you should just be able to negotiate 4 rocks to come. It's like, okay, you guys take one and we'll move to the next end.
Well, we actually saw that in an earlier game. Nancy Martin and Lakecock with their opponents. They just looked down and said, okay, 1 red. They didn't even throw the last one.
Oh, really? Yeah. Should probably do the trick.
So we have guards on guards on guards on guards. We have accomplished our goal of having every rock in play.
How would you say that in French? On guard?
Oh, this is where we need Felix with us. He would come up with something really good. It would involve an expletive, but it would be good.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well,
boy.
I looked it up and I figured out it would not work because in fencing it would mean you were taking an opening position for action, and we just aren't doing that. So
yes, oh.
Throwing
Final
it away.
stone of the end, they're just throwing it away. It is indeed 1 red. Score stands at 3-1. Yellow has hammer when we come back from Martensville. After this, you're watching Curling Stadium on SSN.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting 10-fold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
And welcome back to the third end here in Martensville. It was a single point for Melissa and Dylan. Chiaki and Yasumasa have the hammer here in end number 3. Happy to have you here with us on Curling Stadium. Thank you so much for joining us. Please like and subscribe. We have action all weekend long. 1 more draw tonight, 5 tomorrow, and 3 on Sunday. Please subscribe on YouTube. It'll keep you updated on everything. Now, this one is coming really close to the one on the top 4. You want to get there and just freeze. Little bump, but the angles are good.
Angles are good, yeah. Yeah, a little unfortunate, a little odd in the last end for Remeshylo and Derksen, where they were, they only scored one, but they really never had an opportunity. They almost had to play defense for the last half of the end or more just to make sure that their single rock didn't get removed. So it would have been a bit of frustrating end for the red team. But Hammer, I think Hammer's always important in all the games, but I'm not sure that it's quite as important in this game. I think you'll see a lot more stolen points than you might in a regular 4-person game. I stand to be corrected if somebody wants to correct me on that, but it feels like it would be that way.
Well, you can stand or sit all you like because you are correct. There are many times a multiple point steal is in play, and usually it's because when you're in this phase of the end, doing this little dance, you don't hit abort at the right time.
Yeah.
And that's where you get the 5s and you say how tough it is to get an 8-ender, but we see 6-enders way more often than you would think in doubles. Like, we don't stop to take a picture of a 6-ender. It just happens.
Yeah. Speaking of abort, that's what you see here. Team Nets, they're going to play a little defense here. They're sitting pretty good in the house, but
yeah, that stagger behind is not exactly what they're looking to do. So Tanida will execute the double peel. They're going to sweep it off to be a nice corner guard as well. So well thrown shot.
Yeah, very good. Gotta be really careful if you're going to try to guard that with one rock. That could be difficult. You could always hit the top one and roll off a little bit and try to maybe get a force here instead of a steal, but if this overcurls at all, there'll be a pretty easy bump to sit 3, but pretty darn good. You can get to it, but I would think since they peeled the last shot, they may well peel this shot.
Absolutely, and see all the commentary in the chat, and I want to thank you so much for joining us. I know it's quite early over in Japan right now, so thank you for enjoying your morning coffee with us. So does look like they're just going to play the straight peel here. Very nice, safe shot. So they are really in good position in the house, Jim.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I think this makes perfect sense right now. A lot of pressure on Remeshylo and Derksen here to make a perfect guard every time. It's just, like I said, his last shot or this shot just curls another 3 inches. Then they have a chance to go right after it. But it's really hard to throw the perfect guard here, because even if you guard the yellow, which is one that you're really afraid of right now, when you get a little later in the end, they can play the pick on the red. So it's hard. You need a really wide rock here.
You should be able to get like a limited number of them per game.
Wide rocks, yeah.
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 That'll be the next big thing. People will be out there with calipers measuring the rocks. We track everything else. Why not that?
Yeah. So this one's got to move a long way, I think.
Yeah, trying to work it over. Working that knife to carve it over. Get all the way on top of the yellow. I think that's not going to be good enough.
No, the pick is there. he did well to get it over as far as he did. So I think the yellow on the red is probably an easier shot than this even, but when we played the Scots on the outdoor on Dow's Lake in Ottawa, Ontario, way back in the 80s, Dave, the Scots brought their own stones with them, and they weren't all the same size. You know, they were, some of them were a little bit bigger, some were quite a bit smaller. It was very interesting. Didn't matter because we couldn't even, they could get it there, we couldn't. They had different rocks on the bottom, and our rocks, curling stones wouldn't go, so they didn't need to take advantage of those different size rocks. But it was funny.
So Tanida fires the laser down there, trying to get a move. This is going to flash everything. Oh, no.
It's going to change it a lot.
A lot indeed. So that's the thing about this format. You just went from a moment ago, I would have said yellow had a real shot at scoring 3 or at least 2 at the very least, to now they might end up giving up a steal.
Quite right.
Now, the thing is, you can't guard everything.
No.
So they're going to guard the obvious shot to pick.
Yeah, and it's going to leave a run back, I guess, and if they want to play it or...
Yeah, I mean, I think if you leg down, place it, you want to be just deep enough that running the yellow in the long way is also fouled by this guard.
Yeah.
And this one is going to cover the straight pick. So now let's pick your poison here. 2 ways to do it. That weighs for 3. And either of the others are for 2. Which one are you picking, Jim?
Well, I'm probably going to pick, I'm actually going to probably pick the other one. I'm going to pick the yellow because I think it's my rock on going in, and I like that idea better, but I do think this is probably the easier shot. And I just, I don't know this is only going to be for 1, possibly, because you have to hit it in the exact right spot. But so I'm going to probably play the harder one. I'm probably going to play the outside yellow. Go for the gusto. Figure if I make it, I'm getting 2 or 3. This way I might get 2, but I may not. So
Chiaki Matsumura, final stone of the third end. Hops up quickly to chase it and on the brush. Looking to run the red onto the yellow, pick out the red and stick it. And there you go, you get 2. A hard-earned deuce for Matsumura and Tanida. Take another look at that, Jim.
yeah, great shot here by Matsumura. It's lets it go. It has to jump up right away because it was maybe a little bit tight out of her hand. She gets there time to get a little bit of sweeping in, not much, but a little bit, and doesn't hit a lot of that back one, but hits it perfect to turn it into a 2-ender and not just a single. So well done.
They have a 4-stone lead, and we'll be back from Martensville after this.
Hey, Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting. We'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice time after time. The PB5 by pebbleheads.com. The apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
And welcome back here. It's the fourth end of play. And you see that was a big two-ender. And let's take one more look at that shot if we can, Connor.
You can see this straight back, and it's probably a little above normal weight takeout for her. It's just kind of just a easy peel, if there's such a thing. It's not easy to chase that rock and then get into a sweep mode, and she does just perfectly. Taking a big lead into the number 4.
Yeah, so with that 4-rock lead, and they made that first initial draw perfectly locked on to the one in the back.
Yeah, did they ever? The hardest part about that now is it's 2 shots to get it into a good position. You can get it in there and tap it back, and the yellow taps the other red, but you know that's kind of all you're getting until you find another way to have another shot at it. And that's hard to do. There's not a lot of rocks.
So the first, second from Tanida in this end. No, it's his first. I apologize. Apologize for being right in the first place. You're turning me into a Canadian, Jim. So you see them taking a look here. They don't want to abort right now because they need the rocks in play. So they're going to have to take a little bit of a chance here.
Yeah. It just seems like it's going to take a lot of shots, but even if you peel the guard, then you're still not in a great position. But it's going to be interesting. This has to be perfect.
The weight looks pretty good. The line looks pretty good. And the result is pretty good. So I'd say that's pretty good.
I think it's pretty good. Not quite shot, but I don't think, anyways.
You don't have to be shot to the end.
No.
Nope, not shot. It's top nose, and shot stone is bottom nostril.
So not going to get overly greedy here. Just hit it right on the nose, I guess, and be in a pretty good spot for you. That's a good shot by Derksen, though. I think that was about as good as you could do out of that.
Acknowledging the fact that they need to generate something one just simply won't do at this point.
No.
So Tanida. See, that's where I would kill myself. Being my slider and switching sides mid-rock.
Yeah. That's a good shot.
Really is. So now you're in the position where you're running out of room there. I mean, you need to get to be shot stone now, Jim.
Yeah, and that part's, I would suggest, fairly easy. The harder part's going to be when you tap the yellow on the red on the yellow, moving that red back a little bit further is going to be a bit of a problem for the Derksen team here, because I don't know that you're not going to open it up for them to do the exact same thing. But I don't see he has a lot of choice. He has to get shot rock here, and he might as well get it now because he may not have a chance later.
Right. So you want to just unlock it.
Yeah. Just trying to figure out how he's going to get the second point. I think he can get the first point here. I'm just not sure that I'm seeing a great opportunity to get the second point, but
Well, still a few rocks to come. So
Yeah.
this one on the way from Dylan Derksen.
someone's crawling pretty hard.
And it curled really hard, and it's on that guard. Good job of staying with it to leave it in something to use as an angle
Yeah.
later.
Probably just a little light, I think, Dave. I know he didn't want to bump it real hard, but, that was probably needed a little bit more than that to keep it straighter. But it was a good effort. Matsumura's got it all figured out. So interesting when the Europeans and everybody started playing a little bit more over here, and we saw them more. And for a few years, technically they were very good, but understanding angles in the game and what was going on sometimes was a little bit weaker. But not anymore. Like they don't, this is pretty darn good on the strategy side of things, whether that be the Asian teams, the European teams, or whatever. So I think it's a different game for sure. This game might baffle my mind, so I can't imagine how they feel. But looking for a little bit of a just go straight guard, I think now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, well, you're old, Jim. It just baffles you. That's all.
I know.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
Short.
I'm already taller than you, so I'll have to get shorter. So that means I'll have to get really old.
Yeah, you're gonna have to live to be really old to get down to my height, I think. Because just look, I've never met you, but seeing pictures of you, I think you're up there in that 6 foot couple maybe range, something like that. Is that about right?
Yeah, 6'2" and a skosh.
Yeah.
6'2" is fine.
Yeah. You're not that. You're just, 25 centimeters or so above me. So.
Oh, I mean that's on one ruler.
So what do we got here? Got to find a way.
You got to play almost the same thing again. I mean, the shot is still there. It's still the shot. This young team, you see Dylan looking at it. Dylan is just 20 years of age from Hague, Saskatchewan.
Well, I think you're right. You love to keep thinking about 2, but right about now you got to figure out how you're going to score 1.
If you don't score 1 right now, the game's over.
Yeah.
You're never really out of it in mixed doubles, but you're starting to get out of it.
Yeah, you're getting close, especially when you're playing a team that, is way up there in the rankings, world rankings, so. He's going to peel, I think. It's interesting. I don't know if he is or not, but that's what it looked like when she came up. But
I don't see the benefit of appeal here, honestly, myself, but
no.
There's a reason why they're there and I'm here.
He's probably maybe trying to run this straight back, but and that would work, but just seems like the other shot might be easier. Just close though.
Well, they did rattle around. They did not get shot stone out of it. Left their opponent line first and really close for third stone. That's going to be important. And it'll give us a patent zoom in. So we can get a really good look at that. There you go.
Looks like yellow, I think.
Yeah, it does look yellowish by a little bit. That is the face of a bitter man. with all those hops hanging on them. So looking here, I mean, you could, intern draw is certainly there. Plenty of room on that side. The simple all day answer is just kill that red that they're standing in front of.
Yeah. I think you've got to play this with, and it looks like she is, play this with something like a hack wit kind of weight. Maybe hack a board or something. You don't want to go down there and, you know, throw a high-hard one, just pick your yellow off the top, and all of a sudden they've got maybe a chance for a multiple score. I don't know for sure the angles are real good for that, but certainly get rid of a couple of rocks. It's just a matter of whether you're stayed. So I don't think she's throwing this real hard, but I like this shot. She could have went in turn because they will have the in turn draw to the button, but that's not easy either.
She hops up to brush this one immediately. It is curling right off her hand. Can she hold it and get past the guard? No, it's on it. Oh my goodness. Question now, Jim, is there a shot for more than two?
Yeah, I'm not seeing it, Dave. I think they got fortunate there that the yellow one actually just went in and bit the top of the 4 foot, so they're now sitting 2, 3, 4. So it becomes, to get more than 2 would be difficult, but 2 is definitely there, which I would not have thought that was going to happen a few minutes ago either.
So to make 2 is just throwing a heavy draw, like maybe bottom hops weight.
Yeah, yeah, that's about right. Definitely not an easy shot, but...
Oh, no, this is not a gimme because you need to fully clear your own. Now, the plus is, if you don't, you're probably going to chap in for shot stone.
Yeah.
But you need this one here. So here from Melissa is the final stone of the 4th. Facing a steal of 1 with a chance to score 2. Derksen on the brush. Now just takes a look. Now, did you overbrush it? You're moving over to the carve here. Okay, you're going to catch yours. Make sure you roll for shot. Ooh, did he even get there? No, you did not. It's another steal of 1. Make that 6-1 in favor of Matsumura and Tanida. We'll be back on Curling Stadium after this.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
And welcome back. It's the 5th end of action here in Martensville, and we are on the power play. So you see that first pre-play stone instead of being placed on the back of the 4-foot, the red stone is placed over there in front of the tee line between the 8 and 12 foot at that intersection there. Now, when we started, there was a corner guard in front of it. But the first shot played by Matsumura and Tanida is, I prefer to call it a push shot because it's not really a tick. People say because you push that guard into the rings, you're allowed to do that. And with the guard rule, Jim, you're allowed to lose the shooter on that shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's been some conversation lately, and we did a couple of mixed scale doubles games back a while ago, and some of the conversation there circled around whether or not they might have to change that positioning or the rule or something for that rock, because most teams now will do what they just did here, and that was play the bump it into the circles, and it's their own stone generally, so it's going to bump it into the circle and kind of makes the power play not work the way they want it to work. So, but they did a good job of throwing the corner back up, so it might still work out for them.
Another play, if you don't feel like that type of push shot's in your repertoire, you can always just defensively draw the top of the button or top 4.
Sure.
Right with your first stone if you don't have hammer, because it's not going anywhere, and you're going to have an opportunity to put a center guard on it.
Yeah.
I do find that club level players tend to overthink the power play. I see a lot of steals and power plays at our club.
Yeah.
So to indicate that our numbers kind of rest on the scoreboard instead of having holes on them.
Right.
So it's sideways for the power play, and it's upside down for the power play, and it's sideways if it's a steal in the power play.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you had to come up with something.
Yeah.
You want to come up with something you don't have to set up for.
Yeah.
But it's important, like here, there's no power play indications that have been put up on the scoreboard anywhere. So the viewer wouldn't know. This way, even with our little ramshackle system, you walk in the club and you look at a scoreboard, you know who has a power play.
Yeah. Oh.
He did hit the guard. It is okay to be removed at that point, as that was the 6th total rock. But certainly not what you want to do. I mean, there's nothing stopping them from just hitting the open one here. Which that's, look at that's a percentage. You're up by 5. You can start just playing Visine and get the red out.
Mm-hmm.
Or you figure, what if I don't throw, what are they going to do? They're going to draw the top 4. You could always just go top 4 now.
Yeah, you could go top 4. Sure, you basically covered 2 of the 3 options, and the third option could be that you could just peel those 2 off the front, and let them figure out how they're going to do, what they're going to do, and how they're going to do it. It'd be a very tough situation for them to sit 2 that wasn't doubleable, if that's a word. And
It is. We decided that a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, great. But I like this shot, actually. Just get rid of this one and let them go ahead and play the come around. I don't think they'll play a hit.
I'm pretty sure I've heard Kevin Martin say it once too, so it definitely
Doubleable?
counts.
Yeah?
Yes.
Probably back when Tim Morris was the sponsor of the Briar.
I thought you were going to say when it was McDonald's.
No.
Oh,
yeah, no. No, you're not quite Canadian yet. You got to win. If we were pure Canadian, you'd be doubleable would be Tim Hortons. You wouldn't think of McDonald's.
Oh, yeah. Well, a double-double, yeah. I know what a double-double is.
Yeah, I know. But they were very harsh on Jeopardy the other day. They asked them for what a double-double was, and the person who surprisingly knew that kind of what it was, she said 2 milks and 2 sugars. It's actually 2 cream and 2 sugars. So.
Oh yeah, it's extra.
Yeah, that was mean. I thought, well, I give her the milk cream. Who cares?
Well, yeah, at Dunkin' Donuts you just say extra.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And does Timmy's use cream as opposed to half and half?
Yeah, they use
Dunkin'
cream,
does.
Yeah. They use 18% cream, actually.
So does Dunkin'.
Yeah.
That's why these coffees are good.
Yeah.
Secret to everything in the restaurant business. Put more fat in it. Your dish doesn't taste good. Put a stick of butter in. You ever worked in a kitchen, you realize how much butter actually goes into things. But you put that butter in at the end, that's when the flavor comes out.
Yeah.
Actually, since we have a team member here from Hokkaido, oh my goodness, I had the best bowl of ramen in Sapporo, miso butter corn ramen. Give me a corn emoji or a butter emoji in the chat if you like yourself a good miso butter corn ramen. It is fantastic. Such a rich broth, full of umami, and just the corn, and they put a pat of butter on it, and it just brings it all together.
And ramen's a noodle, they take it, is it?
Yes.
I don't know that, yeah. I thought it was, but... He is not 100% convinced on this shot.
I'm convinced I want some ramen now.
DoorDash.
Yeah, I don't have the ingredients to make it. And the closest DoorDashable, we're going to make that a word too, ramen shop really isn't good.
Skip it then.
Yeah.
Well, I was amazed at how many meals are done that way. I just it talks to my daughter one time because we used to pay for whatever, and she's like, "Oh my God, you use what is it? Something Eats, whatever that is."
Yeah, Uber Eats. Yeah.
Uber Eats,
So it looks like they're electing to peel the middle guards here. They went with option 3. Bang, bang, bang. Put a couple more in the corner.
Well, opportunity here for Team Remeshylo Derksen. I like the little hit flop behind the corner.
Yeah, the flop behind the corner, absolutely. So 2 is the absolute minimum you want to get with your power play.
Yeah. Actually, with this number of rocks left, yeah. Well, you still want to get behind the corner a little bit if you can, because otherwise they're going to play the double.
Now, for ramen to be good, Jim, it has to have very fresh ingredients. And obviously, when I was able to visit Japan, I was in Hog's Heaven. But here it's a little bit tougher to find because you need a place that does sufficient volume that they have enough good stuff.
Yeah.
She had great ramen in Toronto. But anyway. This is going to get there. They're not going to get much of a roll, or any. And, well, to quote the great Jim Nix, they might be doubleable.
Yeah, doubleable. Yeah, worth a go, anyways. It's not a gimme for sure. They're far enough apart that it's not super easy.
That's a shot I would call for myself. So if I would call for myself, it should be easy for them.
Okay, that's a good way to look at it.
Because I don't know if you've been watching, but these guys are pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, she's throwing out turn at this. That's interesting. Out turn, planning on it backing up a little bit. You haven't got a sweeper for this, so well, other than the 5 or 6 whacks you're going to get in yourself, but.
She got 17 whacks in and just comes up to it. Just wasn't able to get enough action.
Yeah. It's always interesting, the shot choice there. And I know that shot going that turn will go a little flatter, but it also doesn't come off the target stone quite as hard. So I would have probably went with the intern and keep the same rotation so the rock doesn't change direction or doesn't change rotation rather, and get a little better bounce off the other one. But either way, it's still a pretty good shot actually. Turned out not too bad.
Yeah, this is not a gimme for 2, but it's certainly a shot she needs to make.
Absolutely has to make, yeah. You only have 3 innings to go after this, and you've got to get to a little closer.
So, Alyssa Remeshylo, final stone of end number 5. They got 1. They need 2. Just going to draw for it. Just have to come down to your own. Dylan Derksen on the brush. He's got his head down. He's looking. He's checking. He's looking and he's checking. Got to make sure he gets past the guard. Got to make sure you get past the guard, Dylan. Head down. Let's go. Does it spin in enough? Oh, I think it did. It's 1 for sure. Did he get the second? I think so, Jim, and so do they. They get that score 2 with the power play. And we'll be back from Martensville after this.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting. We'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
And welcome back. And we are on the power play again. And that turned out it was just a single point. So we thought it was 2, but then we saw Dylan kick it off with disgust. And turned out to only be a single. And you see the defensive power play being used here. And that first stone, they attempted to put up a center guard. And it was hogged.
Yeah, everything going wrong for Remeshylo and Derksen here, just in the space of the last 2 shots. Dylan worked really hard to make that last one. He was just so close. I mean, he went wall to wall with the broom and just didn't spin quite hard enough off the other one to score. And then the hog rock here is just, it's just might not be your day when that kind of stuff happens.
That's insult. Yeah, that's insult to injury. So you see here, this is your defensive power play setup. You draw here to the back 8. So there's no double available for your opponent, and the freeze there doesn't really do them a lot of good. That's why you usually throw the center guard yourself when you're in the situation where your opponent's putting the defensive power play on. We'll make a mixed doubles analyst out of you yet, Jim.
Yeah. I'm going to throw up a guard here. It doesn't have a lot of choice. They're such short ends. They really are, that you're not going to get too many chances of doing this, so they better get that one over. And they will. Good job by Melissa.
And now we're going to be peeling away. We have ramen related comments in the chat. Sapporo miso butter ramen is delicious, says our viewer.
Is that English? You're reading?
No, I'm using the magic of Google Lens. So,
Oh, right, okay.
to
Because I was going to say, yeah.
to the folks that are nice enough to engage in the chat, and I do leave a greeting in kanji and Romanized Japanese, but I can't read it. So, but I do very much appreciate every one of you watching. Quite honored to have you with us.
So I might decide to come around the corner guard here and be sitting number 2. Dave, just to change this up a little bit. Maybe I can get the other team to maybe peel the guards, not wanting to get in trouble, and then I have a chance to maybe sit 2, which is about the best I'm going to get here right now. So I might be tempted to do that. I don't know if this is right or wrong. I just think that.
No, I think that's a perfectly valid point, Jim. I'll play this a little bit more by the book and say they had to have a center guard and hoping for a stuff.
Yeah, it's just hard to get that anymore. Everybody throws it so hard. It might have given the broadcaster's curse here though, and he might just do that, but.
We're going to hope we didn't do that today.
Yeah.
Oh, that clipped nicely. No problem on that peel. So here's Derksen. Looking to put that guard up there one more time. And here comes the peel again. So one more peel. There it is. As we keep on riding the shampoo train. But now they're going to try to freeze the one in the back here with the list.
Yeah. I think, I think it's difficult, but I think at some point the last couple of shots, one before this and one before that, maybe even it would have been a good chance to, they say, come around the corner or freeze to this one and let him go ahead and blast it. But I didn't see him missing any peels, so I just thought it might be best to try something different. But anyway.
So this is a shot you gotta make well. Can't give up more than one here. Or else it'll be good night, nurse.
This does look pretty good.
Need to lock right on those last little swipes from Dylan. Gets it pretty close.
Yeah, it was a heck of an effort, to be honest. I mean, it wasn't an easy shot to get it where it's difficult to remove, and it is. Like, she's probably not. I have a hard time believing she'll ever get two out of this, but can't hit much more than maybe a half a rock and get the red one out. Maybe if she just picks a clean day, that might be a possibility.
I think that's the way that they're looking to do it. Pick it clean and get it. But I mean, it's just as easy to draw down, take one. I mean,
yeah,
probably close to handshakes either way.
Yeah.
And to our viewers from across the sea, we will have a Japanese language commentary on the next draw on our curling zone. So excited to have that as part of our offering on Select Broadcast. Final stone in the end. They clip it, get it all the way across, and it will just be that single point. So it's a 7-2 lead. Red has some work to do when we come back. You're watching Curling Stadium.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
And welcome back. It's a 5-point lead. And there's a lot of work here for Remeshylo and Derksen because Matsumura and Tanida have been dictating the pace of action here at the Aly Jenkins Memorial Mixed Doubles from Martensville. I'm Dave Schmel. He's Jim Nix. Connor Sims is on our production. And we're so happy to have all of you here with us.
Yeah, good final shot there for Matsumura. She didn't really have much more than that. Scoring more than one was going to be very difficult because Melissa Remeshylo, I thought I knew how to say that a little while ago, but made a really nice draw, really. I mean, it was going to be really tough to do any better than that. Tough situation now, but because it's mixed doubles, scoring 3 or 4 is not out of the realm of possibility here, so hang in there, you guys. For those of you that are watching and thinking it's time to move on, I wouldn't do that just yet. Not in mixed doubles.
So here's Tanida. Trying to work one down there to the back. This one just a touch too heavy, so first opening that's really been available for Remeshylo and Derksen thus far.
Can sink this one in here. They'll be in pretty good position.
And just a touch heavy as well. You need to be deep, but that's like, you know, the game, isn't it, Jim? Because you need to be, you want to be deep enough so you can fit more in there.
Yeah.
But if you're too deep, you let your opponent draw in there and take it away from you.
Yeah, ideally there. I think you had to not worry about being second shot. You had to get that one buried and above the tee line. So even if it's, you know, even if you're, well, you probably still would going to be sitting too, but top 4 foot there anywhere would be a good spot. I say anywhere partially behind the guard. Just move that rock straight up, you know, 2 feet, and it's really, really good. As it is, gives Tanida a chance to kind of take it all away here. But he's got a little bit of heat on him, at least.
So here's Tanida. And Yasumasa works it on in. Does leave it a little bit open, so still some room to get past there, I think, Jim.
Oh, absolutely is, Dave. I think it's, you know you're going to have to play some difficult shots, so it's not an easy shot, but I think he can get to that. And even if he just gets to the nose and it bumps a little bit on the red at the back, just can't overthrow it.
And if you get to the nose, then, you know, you can leave that there.
Yep.
And run that red that's sitting there on the H of Churchill with the last one.
Yeah, I agree.
So they have to leave that one there for a while. And I just threw in the chats for our friends from Japan. We will have the Kawana Aoki draw next draw available with a Japanese language commentary. The link will be on our YouTube page. So we're happy to be able to offer that for this event on select draws. Although, I'll miss you guys. I still, you know, hope you listen to me too.
This one's got to curl a long way yet, Dave. Getting there.
Oh, it does curl a long way. It gets all the way past it, pushes it by. They lied too. So they are first, second, although, yeah, I'm not as sure about myself as I was a minute ago.
No, it's definitely second. Yeah.
First, second, and fourth. That was a pistol, Jim.
That was a tremendous shot. You'll watch her just on the curve here. Like, she moved this rock like way more than I thought she'd ever be able to move it here at the end. What's it going? And I would have figured she's got to get a little more in front of the rock, but perfect shot. A great sweeping job. Nice throw, but a great sweeping job.
So do us a favor and like and subscribe like the feeds and subscribe to Curling Zone if you haven't already. Trying to innovate our coverage as much as we possibly can and respond to our loyal fans as much as we can. So now you see Tanida identifying that as the danger stone, which it is. So they can.
They're gonna hit it though. That's pretty risky.
Well, you can slash it off and score it and get rid of 2 reds, but all your opponent's rocks are gonna be behind the tee line. I guess that's the saving grace there. You could freeze one down on either turn with the last one.
Yeah, interesting. It's, I mean, you could, theoretically, you just could guard that rock up and make it very difficult for the other team to score more than probably 2, which isn't really enough. Anyway, here we go. We'll see what happens.
So bringing the heat is Tanida. And it's too narrow and it wrecks on the guard. Oh my goodness.
This is getting very scary, I think, if you're...
And that's the thing about mixed doubles.
Yeah.
So taking a look at our other games on the sheet, because they're going to think about this for a second. Give you a quick update. It's tied between Pare and Rios against the team from Polczek from Poland of Walczek and Augustinek. I'm Polish. I should be able to do better than that. Augustinek. That's it.
Okay.
That's how you say that.
Yeah.
Over on sheet 3, the Springers have a 3-2 lead over Kalk and McAlpine. And over there on sheet 4, you see that score now 4-3 in favor of Nancy Martin and Steve Laycock over the Finns. It's a lot easier pan shot for Connor than it is at Saville. So Dylan Derksen electing the little downweight tap here, it appears. Want to do this and tap to lie 3 now. And oh my goodness, you could get a bundle if this works out well. Back and forth between the sides. Needs to curl up just a hair more, I think. That's not bad, Jim.
No, still sitting just at 2, but there's some options here for sure.
Are there ever? There are more options here than at Denny's.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of options, yeah. Or if you're from the South in the United States, how many different ways you can have your Waffle House hash browns? I like mine scattered, smothered, covered, diced, and peppered.
Oh my goodness. Went to Florida with my mom and dad one time when they had to talk them into going because Dad never really saw the point in going somewhere warm in the winter. He loved the hockey rink and the curling rink and everything else. Finally went, and he when he came home, he was he would have been joined the president of the Waffle House fan club. He was just like, thought it was the greatest thing ever. I think more because of the way they holler out the orders and all that kind of stuff at the Waffle House. You wonder how they ever keep it straight. Anyway, but he was a big fan.
Okay, so it rolls over there. It's still 2 for red at this moment. How do you make that into 5? Because that's what they're thinking.
To make it into 5, I think he's got to, and I don't know if there's enough room, but there might be. He has to hit that yellow really, really, really thin. Like just off the top of the eye there on the logo. Hit it really thin, go across and take out the yellow. Or he can come down here on the out turn, probably hit the yellow, probably maybe turn it into a 3-hander, but that's about all, I think. I don't know if that's enough, so. If the thin double is there, I think you got to play it. And it looks
Or the
like
other thing you can do is just nose that yellow guard back, and that should be good for 4.
Straight back?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, because it's going to go right on the yellow. And yeah, it should be Dave. I agree. The top one would be close, but I think it'll roll in enough to make that. That might be an easier shot than hitting that really, really thin, because it has to be super thin. You almost have to play to miss it. Having a hard look at this. Big shot, big opportunity. Just
That
not easy.
that seems to be the only shot that goes almost easily.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree.
I hate to ever say that something like that looks easy, but it does.
Yeah.
The shot for 5 is a pipe shot. It's pipe dream shot. I mean, that angle is Al Hackner-esque.
Yeah.
It's there, but you're very likely to catch the one on the back button there, right underneath the mustache, and killing the back red.
Yeah.
As you scoot on over. So it's way better just to play the higher percentage 3.8 degree difficulty shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this call. I think that, you have to be pretty precise, but you don't have to be so precise that you hit it perfectly on the nose. You get it like, a little bit off either way and still make this shot. I mean, a little, I'm talking like, half an inch kind of little.
So for Melissa and Dylan, this is the shot they need to stay in this game. Final stone of the 7th end. Throwing it nice and easy. Doesn't have to move things a mile. Dylan on it hard for the line. He's got his head down here, trying to hold it. Now it's off. Really, really close. Needs to curl up just a hair more. On it, push it back. Do they all count? I believe they do. That is for sure 1, 2, 3. And is it 4? Really, really close, but 3 all day. Let's see what they figure out here. So they're going to remove the stones that they agree on. We know those 2 are good. We know that one's good. So is it the one on the chinny chin chin or the one on the eyebrow?
It's close. I think it's red, but it's.
They are going to put a stick on it.
Yeah.
Oh, fine shot, well executed there for sure. And turns out the down weight was very important to make sure things didn't move around. So there you see the look at it. I think it's red, Jim.
I'm with you. I think I'm up a quarter on you, so if you want me to take yellow, I can take yellow so you can get back to even. That's how close it is. I don't really care which color I have. Okay.
All right. Let's see. Oh, that's red all day. So there it is. That's the 4th one on the board. We have a game. One more look at that shot, Jim.
Yeah, another quick look at this. I was a little afraid Dylan might have kept it a little too straight towards the end there, but she did, like you said, she played this with just like a boardish kind of weight, maybe, just to try to be able to work it. And she only hit a half of that red stone, like we talked about, and still managed to make it. So great shot by Melissa Remeshylo.
Call her anything, but don't call her late for dinner.
No.
8th end of action is coming up right now, getting those stones set up.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting. We'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Welcome back to Martensville. And what a turn of events. We got ourselves a game. 8th end of action.
Yeah,
Matsumura and Tanida have the hammer. They're up by 1, but Remeshylo and Derksen took a huge 4-ender there, Jim.
Yeah, you know, we talk about how different this game is, and you know, you take that in. I mean, they've only scored 2 points in the entire game. 7 ends or 6 ends worth of play, and then they score 4 in the 7th end alone. It just doesn't seem possible, but you just see it a lot in mixed doubles.
And it goes back to that shot that they were thinking about. I believe it was Tanida's second stone of the end, where they were thinking about hitting the open one or drawing or peeling the guard. They elected to peel the guard, and then things kind of went sideways.
Yeah, and it's odd because you'd feel that, you know, part of me says, well, peeling your guard could never be bad with a 7-2 lead, but you know, so. But now they've got to fight for it. It's not going to be easy now, so. Need to make the double peel here, or maybe even make the triple, actually, is there.
Yep, 5 rocks in play, so you can hit away at this point. That is what they're going to do. And now this is going to look a lot like the 4-person game. We're going to be throwing the guard and peeling it and throwing the guard and peeling it. But you've got to make this double peel first without leaving a guard. Single peel really isn't good here. So Tanida. And get the 1 and execute that peel. He hit his own in the back, but who cares? It's 1 lonely red in the house.
Yeah, you see this again. This is just a hair from making all the three reds, but he won't be unhappy with this. You know, it's just the back one was kind of causing you a little bit of trouble back there anyway. So now your own is bound from there. The red one's wide open, and they'll guard naturally, but there's nothing stopping you from being able to get it out. Before it might have been a little bit of a problem to get it out, depending on which way you had to go. So very nice shot.
Yep, absolutely well thrown. So now we are going to be in the shampoo mode of curling. Guard, peel, and repeat. So here comes the guard. Eventually, I'm going to put that to the cover that to the Beatles soundtrack. Here comes the guard, do 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 do. Then comes the peel.
Well, you got another chance because peel's coming up again. So you got to be careful. Got to be careful not to get too greedy here. You can make the run back and roll your shooter off a little bit. But if you get too greedy and you run it straight back, just miss the one in the house by a bit and leave a guard, that would be not good.
So here comes the peel. Oh, it's going to be a run back and it stuffs. So that's not really all right.
No, I would agree. It's not
Messes up the song, Jim.
Yeah, I know. Well, you can lie and just say it's all right anyway.
Oh, man, but now we have to get to the right spot now.
Well, a little bit of opportunity here. The mic app where I can speak into it.
So Dylan Derksen's going to have to drown this guard. This draw underneath the guard. At this point, you don't care what the guard looks like as long as it's a guard. If anybody wants to come up with their best version of Here Comes the Guard by Not the Beatles, you can go to your local Big Echo over there in Japan and hit up a booth and make a nice recording.
It's pretty good. He would have liked to have been a little deeper than that, obviously, but it's not too bad.
Because you can almost, it's almost going to serve as another guard.
Yeah. He'd been able to get that right in, probably on the eye and in our logo there. That would have been a really good spot because nice thing now, he's got two in there, so if it comes down to Matsumura having the case of picking one out, there's a catcher to win the game or tie the game with at least. So anyway, we'll see what happens after this peel.
Well, I believe they're going to try to throw the run. They're going to leave a guard here in the process, but they might be able to make all three go. Shooter's going to hang around. Just don't, probably about there, but it'll at least be one stone higher.
Yeah, I think it's really close to a nose hit for the triple, basically, or for at least the double.
So Yasumasa Tanida up on his horse. This line looks pretty close to perfect. No, it's not. It just grazes the one. So it does open things up again. They do end up making the double peel and losing the shooter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not all bad for sure.
So you have one stone left. They're going to probably place it right there in the forehead.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot.
Choose between a draw and a hit. And where?
I think they're hitting if you go there. Now, if you
where Dylan has the
broom.
Yeah, where Dylan has the broom, that's a little bit too deep.
Yeah, I agree.
You got to make it that a hit requires a roll of some sort.
You could throw it like just in the 8-foot, kind of just below the H there, somewhere around there, and sort of you almost force them to draw then if you thought you'd like to make them draw.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you could absolutely throw a guard. That's a very valid thing. Yeah, top, maybe, almost even just top hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Melissa Remeshylo with her last.
I'm sure Melissa and Dylan would be happy to be throwing this because I wouldn't have thought they would have got to here probably a couple of ends ago. So they've done good. I'll see where this goes.
All right, final stone for them of end number 8. Need to get the perfect depth here. You see that finish. This looks just a little bit too spicy. So they lie too, but now you can nose hit it likely. Although it's not that bad. It has to be a good nose hit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a nose hit would get it, but even a quarter, half an inch on the low side, if you will, or the high side, depending on where they come from. Anyway, a little bit as you look at the overhead, just off a nose on the left-hand side would not get it for them. So they have a little bit of wiggle room to go to the right, but not to go to the left. This is on the overhead.
You could always act like you're throwing the double, and as long as you don't completely flash it,
yeah,
you're never losing.
Yeah. No, you're right about that. I just would be, knowing me, that thought of flashing it would run through my head. And
Well, that would be the only thing I could think of.
Yeah. And you don't want to be thinking that.
Okay, so for the game, Chiaki Matsumura.
Yeah.
Final stone of the 8th. Tanida on it hard. Now off. Feel pretty happy with the line. And they get the hit. The little rollover. Does it hang on? No! It's going to be a steal of 1. And we're going to have bonus curling here in Martensville. Hold on to your seats. We'll be right back. You're watching Curling Stadium.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting. We'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
And welcome back. It's bonus curling here in Martensville. On Curling Stadium, it's the Aly Jenkins Memorial Mixed Doubles here at the Martensville Curling Club. Dave Schmel and Jim Nix here with you, and it was just the slightest bit of a rollout that brought us here to end number 9, Jim.
Yeah, let's have a look at it here. It was just almost a shame, really, to be honest. It just kind of, they went hard on this, try to make sure it didn't get away from them and hit it but they end up hitting it on the right side to hit it. Just let it
Got
go
away
a little too far. Yep. That's a hard way to go at it, actually, on that turn and get that inside roll.
So you see here in extra end of mixed doubles, it's played just like any other game, any other extra end. So the hammer has now flipped to Matsumura and Tanida. So they get that pre-placed rock on the back of the forefoot. Center guard belongs to Remeshylo and Derksen.
And there are no tick rules at all in mixed doubles. Is that right, Dave?
That is correct.
Yeah, I think I had that wrong in the last event. So.
I think I saw James Gordon there in the lounge. I know every ice maker, you love great curling, but not really a big fan of extra ends.
Yeah. They have to work pretty hard in this mixed doubles events because you can usually fit an extra draw or two in a day versus the regular curling, and they've got to prep it the same as they do with every other game. So, well, you're going to have another big weight peel attempt here. Another chance to possibly get them all. It's hard not to leave one of them.
So Tanida's going to resurrect an old Concorde here and try to get this one up to Mach 2. Nice delivery. And only gets the top one. Just left it out there just a little bit.
Yeah, that's not good. Those rocks are close enough together that he would very rarely not at least make contact with both of them. In some trouble now, for sure.
Yeah, so, just a few minutes ago, I didn't think we'd see an end number 7, let alone an end number 9.
No.
Tells you how the fortunes can move so quickly and why this is such a exciting variant of curling.
Yeah, and actually now, Melissa and Dylan kind of are in the best position here.
That can change quickly, but yeah, if you had to pick a color to be right now, you'd have to go red at this moment.
Yep.
So they're going to play the very high guard here. Very difficult shot to throw and manage. But manage it they did. That last little lick in there. That's pretty good, Jim.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a long peel now if you will go after the high one. They might just come right through the hole, Dave.
Yeah, I think that is what they're going to do. Chase it.
Yeah, you've only got, you got what, 3 rocks to come. Might be worth it. It's pretty easy for Remeshylo and Derksen to throw a guard up here, because if you play the high peel and just get it, which you're probably going to be honest, got a lot of room to throw that guard to, so.
But by forcing the action and making them chase it now, makes this an absolute must make. Tanida comes up and hops right with it. Just a heavy clean now. Now trying to walk it over. It's on their own right now. Stays on their own. Ooh, and that's extremely unfortunate.
Yeah, I thought he'd be trying to carve that really, really hard. He was trying a little bit, I guess, but I thought he'd be able to move that far enough, but.
The consensus between Melissa and Dylan is saying we don't want them to try that again.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. The good thing for if you're cheering for Matsumura and Tanida here, the good thing is that you have a pretty makeable angle raise takeout on your yellow above Churchill there, above Hill. That's, not a gimme, but it's very makeable. And you don't have to really stay around or anything as long as you make contact.
My goodness, Jimmer. We have hitched ourselves to a good wagon here.
Yeah, absolutely. We kind of saw all about mixed curling here today. It's we talked a lot about all the big ends you can score and everything else, and then that came to fruition there in the 7th, and this one's out a long way, but
yeah, way out in the hinterlands where nobody's really been. Now they're going to try to start the carve. Now you see it turning. I think with a few more scrubs, it's going to get pretty close to where it needs to be.
It's close. Still makeable,
I
though,
think that's in. I think that's in the way, Jim.
Do you?
Well, since I want to be right, I'm going to say yes.
Okay. All right. I think it's a board weight shot. Hacked a board weight shot through the port. Maybe not board. Probably just hack.
That's going to be a great shot when it's made.
It would be.
So Chiaki crab walks over to line it up. That port is a good, solid stone and 3/4 wide. You just have to tell yourself the one that you think in the way isn't there.
Yeah.
It's only one stone you have to get by, really. It's the one on the left, his left. That's the one you have to get by. Big shot for Tanida.
Might have been a little tight. He's close, Dave.
Yeah, he is. He missed the first one wide. This one is not wide. It's through the port, past the first one, past the second one as well. Does it pick it all the way out? Far enough, Jim, and they lie shot stone. Great shot by Tanida there.
Yeah, really good shot. We're going to see it again here. He gets up and gets on it. On it and off, and then back on again. And then it's just a matter. Probably if he had a chance to do it again, he'd love to switch over to the other side and help carve that over a little bit, but managed to go up. Just a great shot. Not an easy shot.
Now that out-turn draw, they're wide open. So certainly still a fantastic opportunity for Remeshylo and Derksen. Melissa in the hack. She's going to throw her in turn.
Probably a better turn for her to throw. Generally speaking, whether you're left or right-handed, your in turn tends to curl more. She could probably use that extra curl here.
It's her final stone of the extra. Need to be shot after this.
I think this is really close. Might be a little warm.
I think this is quite heavy, Jim. Will it come over far enough? Tanida's going to try to bang it past. Can he bang it past? Now, they are shot, but they are pretty wide open.
Yeah. Only wide open enough that she has to draw, though. I don't think she wants to go at this with anything much more than just draw. Wait.
No, it's going to have to be a draw, so forced into the draw for backing.
Yeah.
For the game.
Pretty nice effort by Melissa Remeshylo here. There was, so here heavy, but a lot of pressure on that shot. And if she could have been just, 1 foot lighter, maybe 18 inches lighter, it's probably never going away. It's probably going to be the winning rock. So.
And and great resilience by the team to hang in there and keep on battling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Final stone of the extra. Needs to grab a piece of the button for the game. Chiaki Matsumura. She's going to take her own stone home. Needs to get past that top guard. You're really close to it. Can you squeeze past? No! And it's a steal of 1. And it's going to be a win for Remeshylo and Derksen by a score of 8-7 in an extra. Wow, Jim. Let's take a look at that again.
Let's just go down. She's a little light here, actually. It's kind of like a draw, but it make sure you're there, draw, but that's easier said than done. And she works hard at this. I thought she was going to be okay, and then all of a sudden it's just going too hard, and she hasn't got enough to get there. Unfortunate for sure.
And so that's going to wrap it up here right now from Martensville. Stay tuned. We have game coming up shortly in both English and in Japanese. But for right now, for Jim Nix and Connor Sims, thank you so much for watching. Arigato gozaimasu. We appreciate you here on Curling Stadium. Good day.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the Rip Berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk? And I'll add spinach and ginger. And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, Custom Chaos? One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made, your way.